Sinking Sand. Part 4. Still in Ogun State, inside a room in the palace, Lara was trying to discourage Remy. He said he likes you and wants to marry you. I told him you're not married, just engaged. But I told him it's not happening. You can't marry someone old enough to be your dad. I just wanted you to know. Remy listened to Lara, then interrupted. Wait, Lara, you're hilarious, you know that. She continued. Someone told you he likes me, and you just responded for me. Seriously, Lara didn't see that coming. But my uncle's in his late 50s, way too old for you. Plus, you're engaged to Emmanuel. You just had your family introduction 2 weeks ago, and your wedding is in September. Remy smiled and said, How can I see the king? Lara asked. My uncle. No, the king. Remy corrected her, a glint of mischief in her eyes. Back in Lagos, Remy called Chief Martins to share some big news. The king wants to marry her. I told him I'd be his wife, but he has to promise I'll be his last, she explained. Are you serious? Chief Martins replied, surprised. What about Emmanuel? Dad, Remy cut in. I realize it's not just about love. Sometimes money and power matter too. She smiled, adding, I deserve to be a queen, to live in wealth and power. Chief Martins stared at her, astonished. My beautiful daughter, he said softly, I see you're back to your senses. I was shocked when you chose Emmanuel, of course. He continued, who wouldn't want to be the king's in-law? Now that you're telling me this, Emmanuel can just fade away. He's young. He can start fresh. I trust you, Dad, Remy interjected. I know you'll support me. Chief Martins nodded, pleased, and began to share a short story he believed was important for her to hear. Remy listened closely, ready for whatever wisdom he had to offer. So many years ago, there is a young man in his late 20s named Raffle. He wasn't from a very rich home, but they were not poor either. He was from a family of father, mother, and 6 children, and he was the firstborn, which means he has lot of responsibilities. Then one day, he met a young lady named Rachel. Rachel was in her early 30s. She was 5 years older than him. Rachel came from a wealthy home in Oyo State. Her father has 7 wives and 29 children. Rachel was in the 22 position among her father's children, but she was the only child of her mother. Raffle thought Rachel was the perfect match, mostly because of her dad's wealth. They tied the knot. But 5 years later, Rachel's father passed away. When the will was read, it turned out Rachel only got 1 building out of all his assets. They were heartbroken. Raffle pushed Rachel to talk to her mum, who then revealed that Rachel wasn't even her biological daughter. Her mum had adopted her because she couldn't have kids. Talk about a shocker. Raffle was furious and started questioning his marriage. They ended up selling that 1 building left to Rachel, and the struggle was real. Raffle felt the pressure to get rich, like really rich. They began investing and borrowing money, trying to keep up appearances as a wealthy couple, even though their foundation was shaky. Meanwhile, they were desperate for a child, and on top of that, Rachel was diagnosed with a terminal illness which piled on the debt. Raffle was determined not to fall into poverty. He even added chief to his name to boost his status. After 15 long years, they finally had a beautiful baby girl. But when it was time for her to find a suitor, she brought home just an ordinary guy. Raffle was crushed. He wanted her to marry into a respected family, not repeat his mistakes with Rachel. He knew that a solid marriage needed a strong foundation, not one that could wash away with the tides of poverty. Back to Chief Martins and Remy. "This story sounds familiar," Remy said. "Please don't tell me Mum has a terminal disease," she asked in midst of tears, while Chief Martins nods. "Please don't tell me we are in debts and all these wealth are fake." She asked again, while Chief Martins nods again. "Why did you keep all these away from me? I'm also part of this family," she cried. "It's okay, Remy," Chief Martins consoled her, moved closer to her and held her hand. "Your mum will be fine," he assured her, "and now that you are making the right decision, we are still going to be rich, and not just rich, but relevant, and will also be in power. You are already making us to be a king's in-law." "Daddy," Remy called calmly, "I have to see Emmanuel as soon as possible. He needs to go. I do not need someone like him," he said. Meanwhile, back in Ogun State, the king told one of his chiefs, Chief Otun, that he wanted to take the sixth wife. "I was surprised when she accepted," he said, "and I am so glad she did. Lara told me she is engaged, and I shouldn't even think about it. I was shocked when she came to meet me herself and accept the proposal, though on one condition." "What condition?" Chief Otun asked. "That she will be the last wife and I'll not marry another woman after her. Of course, I promised her that she will be the last wife with that." They both laughed. "Who dictate how many wives a king must have? A king dictate and do not take orders from any one chief," Tun responded. "Then, Lara made me to understand that she came from a very wealthy family," the king continues. "Then, I googled it. They are the Martins, a business tycoon." He smiled back at Chief Otun and continued talking. "These are the right people we need now. Her father's wealth will help us a lot," he concluded. "This is a very good move, my king. Let's wait till we hear from her parents," Chief Otun said. In Lagos, Emmanuel was eating white rice and red stew with a roasted chicken lap while sitting on the dining table. Then the doorbell rang. He drank some juice, stood and walked towards the door to open it. He opened the door and there stands Remy.